So welcome to episode 2 of Can We Just Talk with Tammy and Pauline. I hope everyone is doing great today.
Hi everyone, 안녕하세요.
How are you today, Pauline?
I'm good. I just attended a wedding yesterday and I just slept the whole day.
Nice. How was the wedding?
So when we walk on the aisle, we need to wear a mask or a face shield. So it is not same as before. Like for example, now at the church, you just need to sit one. I'm still while sitting, even though you are friends with some people there, you still need to do social distancing.
I see. Glad you
How
had
about
a
you, Tammy?
good Saturday. My weekend, what did I do yesterday? I think I slept the whole day yesterday.
I
And
think
today,
that's good news for you.
yeah, I'm happy I get to sleep quite a bit yesterday. This morning, I went out to do some filming with this company that does some charity work. So it's quite interesting meeting these young people who their main business is NGOs. And it's quite fun, Pauline. They build houses for the
Wow.
aborigines. Yeah, so basically it's like you pay maybe it's like $100 and then they will bring you to the forest. Then for 3 days you camp there, but then you help them build the house.
Wow.
Yeah. So you obviously you have to pay, but you pay
But
for the
still,
experience. Yeah. And you do good work because you built homes. Yes. And I was so jealous too because they got President Obama to come to Malaysia the last time.
Wow.
Yeah. And they met the president.
Awesome. Because they do
Yeah.
good deeds, that's why.
Like I think it was a talk or an international talk session. So I was pretty impressed. It's interesting today to speak to them just to find out more about their business.
You know what's happy about that? You enjoy because you camp and then you help others. So
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
So next time if you're come, we can maybe do a
I
camp.
hope COVID will be gone forever and then I can go back to Malaysia.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The
It's been a year.
The thing with their business now too is that due to COVID, they cannot go to the villages to build the homes. So they have to improvise as well. So it's very interesting how they shift their operations. They're not really making money.
So that's also a sacrifice. They are just doing it. It's like Tammy cares. Okay, it's just because you care about other people and you want to help, and then you don't mind if they are not paying you, if you are earning money or what.
Exactly. And the truth is a lot of people really give them big money, like big amounts of money.
Wow.
Because
It's like
everyone
donation.
Yeah. And like I
Okay.
found out a house is about $20,000.
Oh my god.
About big companies, they don't mind. They pay this entire project, this house, and they bring their entire staff, about 30 people. They send them for this training to build the house. It takes 3 days to complete a house for the locals in the village. So these companies, like big companies, they will just do it as part of the company's charity and CSR project.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it is quite interesting to learn. Kind of relates to the topic that we're discussing today too, you see. How to deal with negative people, right?
Yeah.
So did you research some
So
methods?
actually, I didn't research. I will base it on my own experience because I would like to ask you first. For you, how can you say if this person is a negative person? Because for example, for me, this is negative person for me, but it's not for you.
Yes.
Is it that does that make sense?
Makes sense. Totally
Okay.
makes sense. Number one, people who doesn't motivate you, who doesn't push you up, those are negative people. Because they always say no, they cannot. So when you are with people like that, you don't grow because you are so negative too.
Maybe also up to us if we are going to listen to these negative people and then let them affect us.
Yeah, that's why definitely we have to avoid these people, to not let them in. But number two, I feel people who push you down, who always tell you
that you cannot do it.
Yes.
You're not able to do it.
Yeah, because maybe they themselves are not able to, do. And there's nothing wrong. Not everyone is privileged,
Yeah.
Not everyone has the support, the family to even tell them that they are negative. They don't even
Yeah.
know they are negative.
A lot of negative people don't know that they are a negative person already, because they do
Yeah.
believe that those people around them are the negative persons, not themselves.
Yes, exactly. Like what would be your definition of negative people?
Negative people, I think my definition of being a negative person is you are one of the hindrances for people to grow. You are one of the barrier that wouldn't help a person to get what he wants or what she wants. Because for me, if you are a very negative person, you can really destroy anything.
Yes.
Because for me, I feel like everyone is a negative person to anyone. Do you get it? For
Yes.
example, for me,
Yeah.
I am not a negative person for my best friend, but I am a negative person to the ones who don't like me.
Yeah.
So that's it. Because there are a lot of people negative, like as a friend, at work, a
Yes.
lot, right?
Yeah, I think I get what you mean, because
Mm.
at certain points in life, we can't help but be a negative source of energy to someone.
Yeah.
It's just we are humans and we also deal with a lot of negativity around us, and we become that person, right? Hence, without us knowing it, we become the negative source of energy to another person.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, I don't think, like when people say negative people, maybe the assumption is that that person is bad. It's not,
Nah.
I don't, yeah, it's not it. It's just that maybe that person's energy
That
at that
stage.
point.
Yeah.
Yes. So for me personally, and I don't know if it's right or wrong,
Mm.
but I avoid negative people by cutting them out.
Mm.
Say if during that point in life, their negativity is really draining me, I actually, yeah, I would actually stop seeing that person for a while, maybe a few months later reconnect, because I feel like I can only say so much to help the person, but if that person's mindset doesn't want to change, they won't change, and there's nothing I can do. But then the worst is they drag me down with that kind of energy.
Negativity.
Yeah, that's why I said this topic relates to what I was talking about, those people earlier I met, right? The NGOs, the charity team that help people. So because I was feeling quite negative, like the circle of people I have right now is very negative. So I just want to force myself to go out and meet different type of people, because when you go meet different people, you have a different set of energy. That energy.
To just get a different environment, and then
Yes.
check if you are the one who's negative or other people. Because sometimes I usually feel I'm the negative one, but I'm wrong because I am not, because I always blame myself, but I'm not. I just learned that I'm not the negative one.
But I believe in blaming yourself and putting yourself down. You are being negative to yourself.
Yeah, right. But do you also believe that negative people, they are often the one who's very demanding and then put
No.
pressure on you?
No, not necessarily, Those I wouldn't define them as negative people.
But now we're talking about how to deal with negative people, right? And then you
Yeah.
just said you go out to just try another environment. So first, how to deal with negative people is give yourself a break.
I think number one is cut off negative people. People
Okay.
who doesn't contribute to you. This is
Yeah.
my own personal opinion, right? Doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily.
But I mean, do you also think sometimes that how to deal with people that are negative, but they are just not going away?
They aren't going away.
Yeah.
They will always be here. Like you will always have
Yeah.
negative people. But
Yeah.
that is why I meet new people.
I see.
So
Okay.
then you have more positive. So actually, Pauline, to me, you are a very positive person.
Really?
Yes. So you don't feel the positivity you bring to my life, but
Aw.
you are possibly, from what I hear now, I think you are very negative towards yourself. This is what I'm telling you to not be, because I think everyone has
Negatives.
Yeah, I think sometimes maybe how certain things affect us and we just don't know, And I try to not be that person that cuts myself short.
Oh,
Is that what they
okay.
say? Yeah. Basically, don't be so critical on yourself. I
Mm.
try not to too. I mean, I listen to Joel Austin podcast.
Yeah.
And he always say like you must always remind yourself how amazing you are. Say it by faith.
But I just want to share with you that my mom just got a Joel Austin book like 3 days
Nice.
ago. Yeah.
What's the
And then she
title?
said, I just forgot, but she said that if she's done already with the book, after she read everything, she will just give it to me. So I'm so excited because it's, I like Joel Austin and I know Joel Austin because of you. You know that?
From me.
Yeah.
I actually knew Joel Austin so long ago.
Mm.
And then now I refound him again.
I think he got a YouTube video where he tackled about how to deal with negative people in life.
Yeah, I believe he did. Was it negative thoughts or negative people? I can't remember. But basically, I think he said cut it off. Like
Yeah.
don't let it
Yeah.
in, which I
I think
believe
one
is so
of
true.
another thing we can do is to don't get into an argument with a negative person because you cannot win over them.
True. How do you deal with negative people then?
So for me, I don't want a lot of arguments if I know that these people will not accept his wrong. So and I will just cut him. I mean, okay, just say everything you want and then I'm done. Because I
Yeah.
cannot argue with these people who don't even want to get my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you, man. But I like that's the problem that I'm trying really hard, and that's why I kept Joel Austin playing over and over because like it's in me that I have to always fight back what I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if it's pent up from last time because last time I never expressed myself. I think right now I'm that if I don't give it a fight, I cannot complain.
Okay.
Because I remember last time in school when we were about to vote, my classmates, they have so many opinions about the government. And then they're like, meh, I don't want to care because even if I vote, it's still going to be the same government. So what's the point? That time, I agree with that because I said, what's the point of me fighting if I will not be heard? So my voice is silenced anyway. The government won't change. The dominant party will still be the government.
Yeah.
So then my lecturer, that guy, he's amazing. He is like one of the political fighters, the opposition. So he said this, if you don't vote, you have no rights to
Yeah,
complain.
you have no because
So
you didn't.
yes, exactly. You didn't fight, so you
Yeah.
cannot complain. If you
Yeah,
want to complain, you have to do something to change.
Yeah, because if a lot of people also complain without voting, what if they vote and then these people just lost because you don't vote for him?
Exactly. That time I was like I think 18 or 19. I did not plan to vote, but after I heard that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna vote because at least you fought. So you voice it out. You did your part. If you don't fight,
Don't complain.
yeah, you have no rights to say anything.
Yeah.
So this is where I stand sometimes in terms of arguing back with certain people. I think I wouldn't say it's argue, but I would think it's I make my point. So if you don't accept my point, I'm gonna, depending on my patience with you, I'm gonna do it 3 times. But after 3 times, if I've made my point and you don't want to listen, I move on. This is how I deal with negative people too. I tell my friends, mostly my friends who like broke up with their really useless boyfriend but still cannot let go. Like if your boyfriend cheated on you, you know he's a jerk. There is no point giving excuses on his behalf.
Staying, right?
Yeah, I can only tell you 3 times. Like I can only advise you over and over again. Hear your shit over and over again. Oh my god, should I use that word?
Yeah, you know what's really funny? They will complain and then suddenly after 2 days they go back to the same person over and over again and then they fight again and then she will talk about how bad this guy is and then go back to the guy. It's just a roller coaster, right?
Exactly. What do? You tell them.
I think everyone have this kind of friend.
Yeah, these are, I would categorize this as kind of negative people. It's in one category. They're not bad people. They're just at that point negative.
Yeah, I also believe that all those negative people, they are not the bad ones, but it is just that they are at the stage where they are not okay and maybe something is affecting them. That's why they are negative that time. I'm just looking at the positive side of life.
And I guess that's another way you deal with negative people. Look at the positive side.
You have a negative person at work, maybe just think that if you can still, based on your patience, if you can still stay, maybe just look at the positive thing. Yeah, right? Yes. For example, right now it's got pandemic, but still you got work. So even got negative people, you still have work. So just sit and then work because these negative people are not the ones who give you salary.
It's true. It's true. That's why the negativity is always there. How you deal with it. But like I said, you yourself know when is the time to cut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
you will know.
yeah, you know your limitations. You have to set your
Yes.
boundaries.
The truth is, energy is contagious. My
Mm.
old company last time is filled with negative people because it's filled with gossips.
Oh yeah.
And you know that it's not great, but you get
Of
dragged
course.
into it. Because
Yes,
if
because they are going to talk about it, and then you can listen about that, and then you face the other person.
yeah, and you have to be part of it because everyone is gossiping.
Yeah.
Like I admit, I gossip too. I am not innocent of it, you see. But that's why I know it's bad because you don't want to be that person. That was why I wanted to go and leave that company.
Yeah.
Obviously, there were positives, but it has
Yeah.
come to a point where I do know and do understand how it has deeply affected me negatively.
Yeah, I really agree with you that being negative is contagious. So my mom always told me that if you are the positive one, if you are the good one, don't let the negative people turn you to a negative person. Maybe you can help them turn them into a positive one instead of
Yes.
you being the negative person just because of that. Because if they are going to affect you, you will be a negative person for sure.
100%. And I think Joel Osteen said this in one of his podcasts, be the light.
Yeah,
I mean,
agree.
he always says things to remind me. I am pretty sure that the last year I'm definitely not the light.
Yeah, I
Maybe
agree.
at least not, at least not at work. 100% I'm not.
I mean, because maybe sometimes at work you're being a negative because you're too busy, too much work to do. Maybe you turn into a negative person.
Yeah, I think being the positive one, you kind of have to, just be like super happy even when
Yeah.
things are not
Even
right.
okay, you're right.
Yeah, it's so hard when you are going through so much, then you still have to be the happy person. So I mean, I was definitely not the light. I was probably looking for a light.
Am I weird if I tell you that I thank God for all the problems that I am facing each time? Because my mom really taught me how to see the good things. So even the problems, I also thank God for all the blessings and for all the prayers that He didn't answer, because I think and I know for sure that He knows what's best for me.
I totally agree with that. But I think the thing about me is, despite all the negative things, I know deep down it's for my good. Even all these negative things that is happening at this moment that I feel is negative, I know deep down, so deep down, God reminds me this. This is just me leveling up.
Yeah, I think I also believe that negative people will also help you grow. It might give you a hard time, but it will definitely help you grow.
Yes, I agree with that.
Because for example, if this negative person is too much, I think you will have a long patience because of this person. I mean, something will really evolve. Something is going to change.
My dad told me this, growing in a company doesn't mean you have to move up in the company. Growing could be moving out of the company. We don't always go up, we can grow sideways too.
Sideways.
Yeah, we don't always grow tall, we can grow fat.
Oh my god. Yeah, grow up or grow out. Thanks for that.
You grow up, then you want to climb that company's ladder. If you have garnered skill sets that can help you outside to do other things, then you go elsewhere. Because when I work for a person, I need to have the same mindset. It's like the same, like you and your boyfriend.
Yeah.
If Paolo doesn't want kids, how can you be with Paolo for years?
Yeah. I
If
agree.
you know
Yes.
your end goal is not having children, so you wouldn't waste another 7 years with him, right?
Yeah, I
No
agree.
matter how you love him, you have to have the same mentality, the same goals. Similarly, within a company, if you don't agree with the management style, whoever that's managing you, how can you work with that person? How can you grow with that person? This is currently my kind of thinking.
Okay.
Yeah. Entering into 2021, I think I'm better because I don't know if you noticed, I don't care anymore. I don't make my point. I don't care. I do what you ask me to do. At the end of the day, I do my best in what I think
you have to do, right?
Honestly, I don't let it even bother me anymore because every morning I say a prayer.
Yeah, it will help Tammy.
I know.
It will help with the mood.
I seriously, every morning, I just say a prayer. I tell myself how amazing I am and how I will do great. And then I will pray, thank God for the wisdom and patience. I do that.
And then give you a lot more.
Yeah, I've been doing that since like a few months ago. grow. So entering 2021, I'm not saying that I'm healed, but I'm definitely better.
I think that's what makes a person a positive one, because if you feel like you are a better person now, I mean, even a lot of negative people around you, and then you still manage to be the positive one and then don't let that person affect you, it's good.
Yeah, that is, I think those are the very successful people, It's not easy to do.
It's not.
Even for
But
me now, it's hard, you see. So,
but now for me, I think I will try to deal with them in the positive way. But if I cannot, I will just ignore. I'm so sorry.
yeah, like first you try. Like
Yeah,
I
because there's
try.
no harm, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you now, because for sure there, to those people who are listening to us, maybe they would like to ask what can we advise to them as a person now speaking, that how they can start, I mean,
Yeah.
dealing with the negative people.
I think we spoke about avoiding them, cutting them off.
Mm,
Then we spoke about meeting new people so that we have
yes.
additional positive energy
Yeah,
coming in.
maybe go
Yeah.
out with threes.
Yeah, and make new friends, go into
Yes.
new activities. We also spoke about, there's one more thing that we spoke about just now. You mentioned don't let the negative energy enter you, but also see things from a positive
Yeah.
perspective.
So those.
There are four that we have
Yeah.
discussed, or five.
But I think that sums up that dealing with the negative person is really hard. I mean, everyone is dealing with those negativity, but what we can do is, what I can advise is to pray for them, because if that negative person cannot change himself, maybe God can.
Exactly. I mean, I knew you were gonna say this at the end, like somewhere. But I agree with it 100%. That's why I go to church a lot last time. It's like, yeah, in spirituality, you find peace.
Yes.
I don't label myself a Christian.
Yeah.
I don't just go to church, I go to temples as well. But
Yeah.
generally being spiritual, praying in your
Yeah,
own.
because if I do believe that if you always pray, you just mentioned earlier that you prayed every morning. It's prayer is like a support system. So if you are down, if you think people cannot understand you, or people will judge you anyway of what you are going through right now, and then just pray, because God will definitely understand what you're dealing with right now.
100%. I mean,
So
prayers got me through a lot as well.
a
So
lot. I remember that one year where every one of us at work is really having a hard time, and then we just pray.
it does help. I mean, but if for those who are not as spiritual, I do think the first few things help as well.
Yeah.
But prayer, I would include it in for sure. Or spirituality can be yoga,
Yeah, maybe just have a quiet time for yourself
exact.
also.
Yeah,
If,
meditation.
yeah, some if for Christians you can pray alone, pray for that person. For other people who are not spiritually,
I mean religious, not so
yeah,
religious.
okay. So maybe can do yoga, can jog at the park
Yeah.
alone with earphones, just
Yes.
to release the negative energy they are sending, because
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah, which reminds me I haven't been working out much for the past week. I was like so tired and I don't even know why. I'm always so tired recently. But hopefully tomorrow I find new
Yeah, oh
energy.
my gosh. Okay, so tomorrow another day. Tomorrow is
Saturday!
okay. Anyway, I really learned a lot from you tonight. If it's not helping you to grow, then just cut them, because
Yeah.
you live life in a
Yeah.
positive way.
It's true. I mean, we're no experts. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you said you learned from me just now, but I
Yeah.
mean, I'm no expert. But I always admire your positivity. I think because maybe you are very faithful, so you always have a very positive
I
outlook.
have to.
But I feel sometimes people who are very positive on the outside could be very negative on the inside, and this is what I observe. So I
Yeah.
just, because listening to you, I feel maybe you have some negativity and you always feel that.
Of course. Sometimes I don't believe in myself. I feel like
Yes.
I cannot handle this work. I cannot do this. I can be positive to other people, but on me, sometimes I'm the negative person to
Yeah.
myself.
And I realize a lot of this too with some of my friends, they bring a lot of positive energy to me in that sense. I feel then they are very happy and always optimistic. But then towards themselves, they are just so negative. They
Yeah.
always say,
Okay.
"Oh, I can't," or
Oh,
and
I'm so fat. I'm not pretty.
oh, Yeah, I mean, this is just one of some of the examples. And I
Mm.
always say, like, don't do this to yourself, right? Don't do this to yourself.
Yeah.
I have this thinking too. I always shut it off. And this is something
Mm.
that I think Joel Austin helped me too. Like when I go to in front of the mirror, I must tell myself how amazing I am. Because if I
Mm-mm-mm.
said that, I claim it,
Yeah,
how beautiful I am inside and
I
out.
agree.
Yeah. So inside and out, seriously, because beauty, first of all, is in the eyes of the beholder. So, like you say, whatever you do, good or bad, people will judge you. Same with
Mm.
beauty, beautiful
Yeah.
or not. My example is I always hate my eyes. I swear, because I think in my family, my mom always say I'm the ugliest, and this is the truth. This is how I grew up. I'm never the pretty one in my
Really?
family. Yeah, my sister is the pretty one since baby. I came out not even 1 year. My sister came out, and then she's the cute
Mm.
one. I'm the kid that got sidelined, but actually, I'm only kidding. I really am still very grateful for everything. But no one comes to me and like, oh, this girl is like your baby so
It's. I
beautiful.
think we're the same, but I'm the one. I'm the eldest one, but my sister is the cutest one. But when
Yeah.
I grew old, but now I grew older, I feel like okay, I'm pretty. I'm
Excuse
okay.
me, I still don't have that privilege to be called.
Really?
No, because my mom
Because
still.
now a lot of people now mention that I'm prettier.
Yeah,
The
but
prettiest.
for me, I don't have that because my sister cannot be compared because she's very boyish. But in my mom's heart, she always say I'm not pretty. So if like people say I look like her, she takes it as an insult.
Really?
Yes, and I'm not blaming her at all, you see. But beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So she doesn't feel like I am pretty. So for the longest time, I also didn't like a lot of my features, like my eyes. But do you
Mm.
know that the most compliments I get is for my eyes? Everyone who compliments me, they love my eyes. And then I realized that what you don't like about yourself could be something that people like
Would
most
like
about
it,
you. You
right?
don't know.
Yes.
Nowhere else they can compliment, I guess. But for me, is this, although obviously I'm still not 100% secure with myself, but it's a reminder, it's God's reminder, whatever, that you must
I made
appreciate.
you.
Yeah, everything about you is special to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, your attitude, how you are, you are not the final product, you are in progress. Yeah, so every time I say something wrong or I feel like, oh, damn, why today I
You are the
yeah,
negative person to yourself.
yeah, then I ask for grace and forgiveness every night.
So before we end this podcast, I think we should we tell them what we are going to talk about next episode?
No, actually, we were talking about the quotes thing, right? You wanted to
Yeah.
end with quotes.
I think this one. Our quote for episode 2 is a negative mind will never give you a positive life.
That's good.
Really?
It's not bad. I like this. That's pretty simple and funny.
How?
Can I give two?
Yes,
The
of course.
the funny one is don't walk away from negative people. Run.
I agree because walking will be very slow.
Yeah.
Run.
That one
Okay,
is
then what?
from Mark Twain. And the other one is pretty standard. I think everyone heard it before. Stay away from negative people. They have a problem for every solution.
I think this one I like this one. I don't know who wrote this one, but the less you respond to negative people, the more peaceful your life will become. Mic drop.
Actually, it's so good.
Right. So guys, thank you for listening since it is just our second episode, but thank you for bearing with us because we are just starting and we hope we are going to get good about this soon.
Yes, thank you. We hope you find a way to deal with your own negative people,
Yeah.
the own negativity, and we will see you next week.
Yeah. Thank
Thank
you.
you.